The following video, along with all episodes of this short series, include frequent discussion of mental health, along with footage of what mental health issues can look like in a range of situations. Viewer discretion is advised. At the airport now. Just got to drop my bags off and then I'll catch you in the lounge. Thank you, have a nice day. Right, so I don't know if you can hear me. I need the toilet, I need some food. But first I need my bag. Right, we're here. Got the route loaded up on the Garmin. Got the airport behind me, so we know we're going in somewhat the right direction. Yeah, so I'm going to walk now up until just before the fourth bridge, which is where I'm going to do my first stop to pick up some food, load the bag up, and yeah, then I'm going to cross the fourth bridge, get up to another set of shops where I'm going to buy my camping gas so I can cook some things, and then have a break there and then walk the rest of the 10 miles this afternoon. So until then, I'll catch you when I first stop. So we're well underway now, about 2.5 miles in, proper in the sticks now. Edinburgh Airport's long gone, 2.5 miles like I said. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit now that I'm on a quieter road about the whole trip in general, sort of why I'm doing it. And obviously it's for charities, for MindUK, which is a great cause. And I think a situation like this where I'm on my own for a week, it's a well-needed break, but you know, as well as that, I think it's going to make me realise what I have back at home that I underappreciate and what I really should be more appreciative of. You know, on this trip, there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to film everything, just so you know that, you know, whatever happens, it's okay to talk about it. It's okay to show your feelings, which is one of the biggest messages that MindUK tries to send. Like I said, around 2.5 miles in now. Got around 4 miles left to go until we get to the first site of resupply stop, Tesco, for a bit of food. I'm pretty hungry now though, because when I was in switch on, I'm just getting tired. When I was at the airport, so I ate breakfast this morning, got to the airport, was a little bit hungry, and I was like, okay, well, I'll go have a look at what they've got. And they're trying to charge me like £4 for a sandwich, just have a day off. So I thought, you know what, I'll just be all right. I'm not that hungry. Got to Edinburgh, still a bit hungry, same thing. You know, it's a joke basically. But either way, when I get to Tesco's, I'm going to get some lunch, show you guys what I'm going to eat and stuff like that, because obviously the Macro Crunch YouTube channel is all about nutrition and fitness and whatnot. So yeah, I think it's important to share that aspect as well. But yeah, so like I said, you know, unzip the coat, let a bit of air through, and then cross the bridge, another 4 miles, and we're up to our first official stop, when 10 miles will be complete by that point. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's take it. I'm going to put the phone down. I'm going to enjoy the environment for a little while, and then I'm going to grab some food. Well, I've made it. As you can see, I'm at Big Blue now, Tesco. So day one food stop. Basically, I'm just going to grab some food for the rest of the day, the next couple of days, and I'm going to get breakfast for the week. So I'm just going to go grab a bag of oats. I'll talk more about the nutrition stuff as and when I pick it up and eat it. But yeah, this isn't going to be a long stop, probably like 10 minutes at most, just to grab the stuff and go. I'll see you in there. Shopping acquired. Onto the bridge. As you may be able to see behind me, the next obstacle of our walk now, well, the next stretch should I say, is in fact the fourth bridge. So basically the rundown is now I'm going to cross the fourth bridge, then I've got a little bit of walking up through Dunfermline, up towards a home base where I'm buying the camping fuel, and that will mark 10 miles done, or just over 10 miles. And then that's where I'm going to be having my first break, stopping for some lunch. I'll show you through what I bought at Tesco and talk a little bit about why I bought it and how it's going to benefit me and whatnot, and nutrition plans for the week. And then once I've had a little break, rested my legs and feet for a little while, I'm going to get the rest of the next 10 miles done, set up camp, and we'll have a chat at the end of the day. So I'll update you periodically between now and then. Nearly there. It's a bloody long bridge though. Right, so as you can see, Forth Bridge is down in the background. Pick my shopping bag up where I left it while I filmed that dramatic entrance. Anyway, a bit out of breath from that, but basically I thought the home base was the 10-mile mark and that's where I'll be having a break, but it isn't. The 10-mile break's actually much further before that. The home base is actually around 14.5 to 15 miles, which is nice because it means an extra stop with only 5 miles to go after that. So I'm going to stop a lot earlier on and have some lunch. Well, a lot earlier than expected, have some lunch, and then catch up with you there probably. Right, so 10 miles in now, 25,500 steps and 3,000 calories burnt today. It's currently 2 p.m. Obviously we landed in Edinburgh around 10 a.m. so we've been walking for about 4 hours, including the stop at like the shop and obviously getting my bag and whatnot at the airport. Got the bag down here, got some of the shopping left out that I'm going to use when I'm about to eat. Basically what I'm about to eat is so I bought some pitters. I've got a pack for each day. I've got 2 packs at the moment because I know I'm shopping again tomorrow, at the end of tomorrow. So I've got a pack for today and a pack for tomorrow. These are really good, just a carb source to keep me energy, and they're so easy to pick out and snack on. So I'm about to eat one of them, and I'm about to eat, I've had 2 already of those, and I'm about to top it with some crunchy peanut butter. Again, like I said, I've burnt 3,000 calories and I'm only halfway through today as well. So this is really high calorie. It's going to have some good protein in it from the peanuts and some good fats as well. Just because it has got a lot of sugar in it, but you know, you're burning everything off doing this. So, and it's just more energy if you look at it that way. Obviously I bought an extra bottle of water. I do have some in my bag, which I've been sipping at pretty much the whole day. It should go without saying really that. Hence why I haven't mentioned it already, but I have bought an extra water. This fruit and nut mix, so I've got one of these for each day. So per bag of this there's 1,000 calories in it, and it's super easy to eat. You just graze on it pretty much all day. You know, it's high in fat, high in sugar, but it's got a little bit of protein in it from the nuts. But to help with recovery, you know, every little helps when it comes to recovery on trips like this. But yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to be eating all day. And then I have a couple of extra things that are just already packed away in my bag for dinner. I'll touch on those later tonight once I set up the camp and whatnot, and I actually get to a point where I'm happy and I'm going to camp, and I'll get to cooking dinner then. So I'm going to eat now, and then I'm going to set off again in like an hour's time, probably at around 3, and then hopefully get to the campsite by around 6:30, 7 p.m, just before it starts to get really dark, so I can get the tent up and, you know, I got some good lighting for the video. But yeah, so that's pretty much the food. Like I said, I'm gonna just eat now and then chill for a little bit, let my legs rest, stretch out my knee a little bit, get in a little bit of pain, and then head off again. So see you when I head off. Back on the road. Put everything into the bag now, so it does feel a little bit heavy. I've got the water strapped on at the bottom as well. Yeah, so I only ended up stopping for around 25 minutes just because I was going to stop for an hour and I had 2 hours like allotted in. But to be honest, I just want to get this first day kind of settled, especially with, you know, how we've had to have a lot later start with the flight and whatnot. So yeah, I'm going to just try and get this first day done. Heading up to home base now, about 3.5 miles. and then it'll be 6.5 until the day's done. So despite the Garmin's assistance, I have got lost in this woods just a little bit. Been around 5 minutes extra added, nothing too major. All of my routes are done through Komoot and Garmin Base Tracker. Now, Komoot's been pretty reliable so far in training, but they're showing you paths that you wouldn't necessarily know about. However, this is what it deems a bridge. Now, personally, I'm not so sure. Yeah, seems pretty legit. I mean, okay, not as bad as I thought. Maybe I'm just complaining. But yeah, other than that, it looks like we're on our way out. And another one. Right, just behind me. You can't really see it too well from here, but point is I can see it. It's the retail park where home base is to get the fuel for the stove. Pretty excited to get there. It marks around 3/4 of the way done. So I've done 18 miles so far today with around 7 left to go. Feeling good. Bag's way heavier than I expected, but it is what it is. It's not wearing me down too much. Like I said, I'm gonna have a quick stop down here at the home base once I get the gear, and then I'm gonna set off to the last 6.5 miles from there, set up the camp and turn in for the night. I'm gonna sleep like an absolute log tonight though, I tell you, because it is unreal how tired it is and how much it's taken out of me. But to do this back to back for 7 days, you know, it's gonna be tough, but it's all part of the challenge. So yeah, I'll see you once I get the gear and then we'll go from there. Absolute result, picked myself up a Coke Zero from the B&M. £1.09p, gave her £1.10, she gave me 91p change. You know, 6.5 miles to go, then day one is done. Legs feel fine, shoulders are a bit achy because I'm not used to this much weight in the bag for this much time. Every time I've trained without the food, so it's not much extra added on, but it's a little bit. Now, very much out there. Civilization is behind us. 5 miles to go, and we're in the wilderness for the night. I'm excited. Right, so my campsite's about 500 meters that way. Followed the path, and it's led me to a dead end, which is so frustrating for the first day. It's literally 500 meters that way, and there's no way of getting there. I'm gonna try and get around it. If not, I've got to take a long route behind this field over here. But I'm going to try and get around it, and then once I'm at the camp I'm going to set up, and that's it for the day. I'm going through the field. I'll catch you in 2 minutes at the campsite. Right, I think this is it. The campsite now. There's a few buildings up that way, but they don't look used. There's obviously the main road there, and there's a little path here. It's somewhat hidden, it's well hidden enough. Okay, so I managed to get something set up. I'm being a little bit quiet now just because, in case anyone is around, all this gear's going in. But yeah, not too bad for a first day. I'm just happy to get in and get rested. I'm just going to do a quick summary now because I don't want to be loud for too long. But day one is complete. Walked 6 miles more than I was meant to today. I've done 26.5 miles, which is over a marathon, just over a marathon. I'm really on edge. Like, my anxiety's playing up so bad right now just because I don't want to be spotted, I don't want to be found, I don't want the confrontation of it all. I've got changed, so now I'm just in a pair of shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah, I'm gonna have something to eat. Hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna have more luck when I get, you know, a proper secluded campsite, but for now this is the best I could do. I'm just going to turn in for the night and try and get some sleep, honestly. Guys, so you will have obviously just seen that outro. I'm going to do this really quick. Basically, for those of you who don't know, I've been diagnosed with anxiety, and that's one of the main topics I wanted to talk about throughout the duration of this trip, and just sort of open up my experience about, my experience with it. So when I was there, obviously you saw I was quite close to the road, and that all of the sounds were just, it was horrible. Like, I literally was nearly having panic attacks and whatnot. You can probably tell because my voice is quite fast, it's quite skittish right now. Like, I'm still kind of on edge, to be honest, like paranoid, especially because it's getting dark. and I'm walking up this road now and there's literally nowhere good to camp. There's a couple of good spots here on the left now, which I'm going to probably try, just because I need to get down. Like I've walked nearly like 32 miles now or something. It's definitely nearly 30 miles, but it's getting dark. Right, so that spot on the left that I just mentioned was a complete bust as well. I'm so lucky today because my feet and legs aren't feeling bad at all. I'm going to level with you, I am scared. The only saving grace I keep telling myself is that, okay, you've just left another town. So there's going to be a big stretch of road now where it's just empty. And, you know, you'll find some trees, you'll be fine. But every time I do, it just doesn't seem to be working. Don't know what to do. I really don't. I need to find somewhere to camp too, because it's fast getting dark now. And literally, like, I keep walking and walking and walking because my legs don't feel it at all today. My feet are fine as well. But I'm getting, you know, I keep going and going and going. And then I find, you know, I hit the next town and then I'm walking through a town for like 20, 30 minutes and it's just getting darker. Oh, see, look, there's this field that is harvested. And it's like, do I just go in here? But it's so uneven. It's like, how do I, you know, I found the perfect set of trees, and but it was bordered by almost like a moat of just this little river, and it was it wasn't a deep river at all, but it was like the banks beside it were, you know, very steep. That's the word, very steep, and yeah, it was like, it was just, I don't want to risk hurting myself, you know, because then my legs are going to feel it, and I just need to get down somewhere right now. Right, so as you can see, the lighting is terrible and I do apologise for that. But yeah, I made it. I've got a campsite. I'll pop a picture up on this side of the screen. I'm right next to Loch Leven. I've completely mellowed out. I feel great now. I'm out of sight from anyone. And I've got a great view to wake up to in the morning, which I'll definitely be showing you in episode 2. One of the things I just wanted to touch on today is, so far in this experience, like, the biggest takeaway I've had from day one is just appreciation of those things that you have. I know I mentioned this earlier, that's one of the things I wanted to think about while I was out here. And, you know, it made me, you know, now that I've had the time to think about it, it made me phone my parents, it made me text them and just tell them how much I love them and tell them how much they mean to me. And just how thankful I am. So literally, and I don't say it enough, and that's one of the biggest takeaways I've got from this so far, even just on day one. And that's something I struggle with a lot, but I think that's going to be the topic for day one, is just appreciation. It takes a step back, you know, to really realise what you have when you don't have it at all. You don't realise what you have until it's gone. That's the saying, isn't it? And honestly, it's so true. So take a step back, you know, for a couple of days and just realise what you have and really do appreciate it. That's the takeaway from this video. So this is the proper outro. I'm going to get to sleep now because it's nearly 8 o'clock. It's nearly 9 o'clock and I'm knackered. So, but yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Drop a like and leave a comment. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.